The 2-in-1 camera approach has been very welcomed by the general public, so Reolink has made available the new and improved Duo 3, which not only offers 60 megapixel camera lens but can also cover up to 180 degrees at the same time, essentially removing the need to use 2 or more cameras to check the same area. The 2 spotlights are still there and the higher LEDs do help a lot with the night vision. There is support for the color night vision, but it does rely on the aforementioned spotlights, so not really the same system as on the CX410. Also, pretty much the entire design of the Reolink Duo 3 seems to be unchanged from the original Duo, at least on the surface. I say that because the new case is better protected from the elements, sporting an IP67 rating. I saw that Reolink dropped the pet detection feature in favor of a seemingly better animal detection system which, as its name suggests, it does mean that a larger range of animals can be detected by the camera. That being said, let's put the Reolink Duo 3 to the test and see how it performs. I found the design of the original Duo to be practical, so it's nice to see that the Reolink Duo 3 hasn't changed it that much. I mean, it's almost the same device, sporting that flat but wide body, so it has a very different look than the regular bullet type IP camera. The black portion, which encapsulates the lens and has a small sunroof, is made out of a metallic alloy. The rest of the case is made of plastic. And yes, that does include the stand as well. There are 3 IR LEDs and 4 spotlight LEDs on each side surrounding the bottom part of the lens, which is the same layout found on the original Duo camera. And in between the 2 circular portions there is a visible daylight sensor, while below it, hidden by the black glossy finish, there is a microphone. On the bottom of the device there is a cover held by 2 screws. Remove it to expose the microSD card slot and the small reset button. And this does bear the question whether the Reolink Duo 3 is suitable for outdoor use. I admit that I was a bit skeptical about keeping the original Duo in the open, but even with its IP66 rating it still survived for a couple of years outdoors, and hopefully many more. So the IP67 rating of the Reolink Duo 3 does mean that we should get an even better protection from both dust and water ingress. The cable on the rear side continues to be permanently attached, as with all other Reolink PoE cameras that I tested so far. And this time it does divide into the Ethernet cable connector and the power connector if PoE is not available. Since at the moment there is no dedicated FCC ID page, I had to do the teardown of the Reolink Duo 3 myself. But since I didn't film it and don't intend to open the case again, these are the main components. The installation process requires that we attach the metallic plate on a flat surface with the lip at the top. Then connect the mounting bracket using the screw from the package, and lastly attach the camera. Then, if you use PoE, connect just an Ethernet cable to your switch or NVR. I have paired the camera to the app. The main area is the live footage, which is not very tall, but it makes sense considering that it has 2 camera feeds sewn into one. Above it you can enable the alarm, turn on the spotlights, change the view or check the extra settings. At the bottom it's also possible to use the talk function, where the speaker and the mic combo come into action, and you can also check any previously saved videos using playback. Now you can go to the settings, and it's here that you can adjust the display, the audio and the light options, change the detection alarm, which does have the motion mark feature in beta, and there are some notification settings as well. Be aware that while the detection happens at the camera level, when you enable notifications, they will pass through Reolink servers. I had the Reolink RLN8 410 available, so I reset the Duo 3 and powered it up using PoE from the NVR, and then things got weird. First, the NVR simply refused to see the camera, so I went into the channel settings and forced it to broadcast the live footage by replacing an existing camera with the Reolink Duo 3. And then things got weirder. As you can see from the video, all the cameras connected to the NVR started glitching out. I checked the footage using the app and all was working properly, so it must have been the HDMI connection. I did initially check if the firmware was the latest one, but since the NVR was set to auto-update and it appeared to be on the latest version, I didn't pry it further. I should have. It seems that the hardware version of my NVR is N3MB01 and it doesn't support 60 megapixel, which means that it can't show the live footage at max resolution. And Reolink has released a firmware update last year, which apparently didn't come through with the auto update, so I had to update it manually. I usually first check the daytime footage, but since the days are shorter at the moment, I managed to capture a few nighttime videos. I didn't want to spook any passerbys yet, so I kept the spotlight off. This way we can see that the stitch videos do indeed look very nice, covering the full 180 degrees. In terms of details, despite the 60 megapixel sensors, I couldn't clearly see the license plates on the cars positioned at about 70 feet away. Then I turned on the spotlights and the videos became colored. I really like the approach behind the Color X technology, which is used by the CX410, but unfortunately the Reolink Duo 3 did not receive it, so it does need those bright spotlights. Now let's see how it fared during the day. I do need to mention that I noticed some occasional freezes when the quality was set to maximum, while the lowest quality, which needs the least amount of bandwidth, was far smoother. The saturation is still a bit on the higher side, something common with Reolink cameras. Not that I minded that much, since the videos end up looking better than reality. The smart motion detection has been an important part of the Reolink cameras ever since the A series was released, and the developers worked hard to make it better. The car detection was perfectly fine, the Reolink Duo 3 managing to detect them even when covered by leaves. But what I was the most interested in was the animal detection. Unlike the pet detection, which could tell when there was a dog or a cat very close to the camera, the new system should be able to tell between a higher variety of animals. I don't have any pets, but my vegetable garden is often visited by neighboring cats. So I installed the Reolink Duo 3 and pointed it towards a specific area for the entire duration of the night. I woke up in the morning, excited to see what it has detected. Wait a minute. Apparently the camera detected a person strolling in the night. That's not good. So I checked it out, and it was a cat. Yep, just a cat. So yes, the system needs a bit more work. Then again, the CX410 was able to successfully detect cats, so the system is working in most cases. The Reolink Duo 3 is a robust successor to the Duo 2 and the original Duo. It kept the same design, but the changes which matter are usually on the inside. The cameras have been improved a lot, offering a far better image quality, and the detection system should technically be better. But so far, I will need more time to thoroughly test its abilities, since I was left underwhelmed. Then again, I did like that it's better built to withstand elements, so even if not really a huge leap from the second generation, I think that the Reolink Duo 3 is still worth checking out.